In the latest development of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, a high-precision strike reportedly hit a Russian artillery convoy traveling through Zaporizhzhia Oblast. The attack, which occurred on the morning of Monday, August 5, 2025, involved U.S.-made HIMARS, high-mobility artillery rocket system, used by Ukrainian forces to target strategic assets from long range. According to reports from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, military intelligence detected the movement of a Russian artillery convoy consisting of several Tu-S-19 Meste-S self-propelled howitzers, logistics vehicles, and ammunition trucks. The convoy was en route to the southern front line, most likely to reinforce Russian offensive operations near Robotyne and Orikhiv. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense stated that the targeting process was assisted by Bayraktar TB2 reconnaissance drones and data from frontline observers. Once the coordinates were confirmed, HIMARS systems launched several GPS-guided rockets that struck the center of the convoy with pinpoint accuracy at 9:20 a.m. Video footage circulating on social media and Ukrainian military channels showed massive explosions followed by fireballs erupting into the air. At least 2 ammunition trucks exploded in succession, causing a domino effect on nearby vehicles. Debris and flames scattered across a radius of several dozen meters from the impact site. A Ukrainian commander interviewed by Ukrinform said they had been monitoring the enemy's movement for the past 2 days, waiting for the right moment to strike. "We didn't want to just destroy empty vehicles. Our goal was to disable the logistics system and stop potential artillery attacks on our troops," the commander explained. Field reports indicated that out of around 15 vehicles in the convoy, more than half were heavily damaged or completely destroyed. The rest were seen burning or flipped over due to the chain explosions. Surviving Russian troops were seen running into a small forest near the road to seek cover. At 9:55 a.m., pro-Ukrainian sources also claimed that several Russian artillery officers were inside the convoy and were likely killed in the strike. Although there has been no official confirmation from the Russian side, several Russian military telegram channels acknowledged that significant losses occurred in the Zaporizhzhia region. Russian military radio stations reportedly went into panic mode, broadcasting jamming signals in an attempt to disrupt the Ukrainian drones still flying over the area. However, a Ukrainian military spokesperson said that the reconnaissance drone successfully returned after recording the results of the strike. Additionally, the explosion of ammunition from the destroyed trucks caused a fire in the small forest near the road where the convoy passed. Russian firefighting units reportedly took almost an hour to extinguish the flames, further delaying the evacuation of vehicles and casualties. At 10:30 a.m., Ukrainian military experts noted that this strike was not only tactical, but also strategic. By destroying Russian artillery units before they could reach their firing positions, Ukraine successfully prevented another wave of shelling aimed at villages near Orikhiv and Huliaipol. The Zaporizhzhia region has become one of the most intense hotspots in recent months. After Ukraine's successful defense around Robotyne, Russia began shifting pressure with heavy artillery attacks. However, Ukraine's success in eliminating enemy artillery units delivers a significant counterblow. The UK-based Defense Analysis Center also highlighted that HIMARS systems continue to prove highly effective in dynamic battlefield conditions. Their mobility, precision, and ability to strike from beyond the range of conventional artillery make HIMARS a favorite weapon in modern warfare. At 11:10 a.m., this strike also proves that Ukraine still has a supply of precision-guided munitions for HIMARS, despite Russian claims that Ukraine's main logistics depots have been destroyed. The ability to launch such precision attacks indicates that Western military supply routes to Ukraine remain operational. Meanwhile, on Russian social media, many families of soldiers complained about the lack of information regarding their relatives serving in the artillery unit. Some accounts even leaked data suggesting that the unit hit belonged to the Russian Southern Military District, one of Russia's main combat forces in the invasion. Drone footage from the Ukrainian side showed that after the attack, Russian troops in the area began a tactical retreat, abandoning several heavy pieces of equipment at the site. This indicates that Russian troop morale in the region may have been shaken. At 11:45 a.m., Russia has not yet released an official statement regarding the number of casualties or damage sustained. However, independent military analysts estimate that at least 30 to 50 Russian soldiers were killed or wounded in the strike. That number may increase, given the presence of troop transport vehicles in the convoy. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, in his evening address, praised the military's success in defending the southern region. He emphasized that every attack on Ukraine would be met with an equal or greater response. "We will never back down. Every enemy move will be answered," said Zelensky. A Kyiv-based analyst noted that this successful strike could also serve as a signal to Western countries, particularly the United States, that their military aid is having a tangible impact. This precise and lethal HIMARS attack is strong proof that military support is vital to Ukraine's defense. At 12:20 p.m., the conflict in Zaporizhzhia is expected to intensify in the coming days. Russia is reportedly preparing a new wave of offensives from the east, including the possible deployment of tanks and additional infantry units. However, with Ukraine's increasing prowess in intelligence and precision strikes, more surprise attacks like this are likely to occur. The Southern Command of Ukraine also issued a warning to civilians to stay in safe areas and avoid traveling to frontline regions. Russian retaliation is highly possible, either through long-range artillery or cruise missile strikes. Although Ukraine has not disclosed how many HIMARS units were involved in this operation, it is estimated that 2 to 3 launchers fired a total of 6 to 8 GMLRS rockets. Each rocket has a range of up to 80 kilometers and high accuracy thanks to GPS guidance. At 12:55 p.m., so far, the successful operation in Zaporizhzhia stands out as one of Ukraine's most effective strikes in August 2025. Beyond destroying the convoy, this attack also disrupted Russia's crucial logistics flow for sustaining operations in the south. A defense analyst from the European Institute for Strategic Studies stated that Ukraine must continue to maintain momentum and apply similar tactics in other fronts such as Donetsk and Luhansk to systematically weaken Russian forces. As time goes on and combat experience accumulates, Ukraine's military is now demonstrating a level of professionalism and combat discipline on par with NATO countries. They are not only capable of defending themselves, but also launching intelligent and deadly counterattacks.